Welcome to the North Bay. You are about to tour Highway 37, a critical piece of the Bay Area mobility puzzle. This 21-mile corridor connects Solano County cities and some of the most affordable housing in the Bay Area, with jobs in Marin and Sonoma counties. Yet the route is challenged by the issues of congestion, flooding, and sea level rise, as well as limited access for bikes or pedestrians. Traffic flow on Highway 37 is pinched by a 10-mile bottleneck from Sears Point to Mare Island, routinely adding 30 minutes to morning commute times and 80 minutes to the evening commute. Sometimes it's even worse. Storms and king tides have shut down the Marin County side of the highway for days at a time. There is no easy alternative to Highway 37. Drivers forced to detour north or south would have to travel twice as far to get from Vallejo to Novato or vice versa. A commitment to equity requires a reliable link between the comparatively affordable housing in cities like Vallejo, Fairfield, and American Canyon, and the job markets to the west. And congestion relief is necessary to make Highway 37 a viable route for new bus service. That's why these state and regional agencies formed a partnership to develop and build both near-term and long-term solutions for Highway 37. Working with transportation authorities in Solano, Napa, Sonoma, and Marin counties, the partners have several key goals: resilience, near-term and long-term adaptation to reduce risk from flooding and sea level rise, plus early enhancements for sensitive baylands; equity, reduce delays caused by congestion, and add bus transit. 40% of all Highway 37 trips are taken by folks who live in lower-income households. Access, increase bike, pedestrian, and recreational access across the North Bay. Restoration, integrate restoration of the historic North Bay Baylands in the redesign of Highway 37. Rising sea levels will require a permanent, long-term solution that's higher, wider, safer, greener, and built to last. Caltrans this winter identified an elevated 4-lane causeway along the existing Highway 37 alignment with a bicycle and pedestrian path. Caltrans is also working with SMART to incorporate the rail line into the project to accommodate the eventual extension of passenger rail service. This multimodal approach is presented as the preferred solution for improving mobility, adapting to rising waters, and restoring the health of the San Pablo Baylands. It is expected to take at least 15 to 20 years and billions of dollars that are not yet available to make the corridor-wide adaptation a reality. But the Highway 37 team is working in real time to keep the route safe and open after flooding occurs, with many maintenance and construction operations ongoing. The team is also working on near-term improvements to provide a more efficient, less stressful commute, reduce flooding risk, and make Highway 37 more resilient and more reliable. The team proposes to reduce congestion in the bottleneck between Sears Point and Mare Island by using the existing shoulders to add another lane in each direction. Challenges include minimizing impacts on sensitive wetlands and the use of any bay fill. But this 10-mile improvement project could open to traffic in 5 years or less, accelerating Highway 37's permanent transformation, allowing faster and more reliable travel throughout the Highway 37 corridor. Carpool lanes to prioritize high-occupancy vehicles during peak commute times. The introduction of bus service between Vallejo and both Novato and San Rafael. Improved public access to the Bay Trail, the Vine Trail, and Vallejo waterfront sites. A critical head start on improving hydraulic flows and restoring key marshland habitats. Specific improvements include replacing the Novato Creek bridge near Sears Point with a much longer bridge that will promote baylands restoration by allowing more water to flow into and out of the creek channel. Plus, enhancements to stop deterioration of what's known as Strip Marsh East near Mare Island, which provides habitat for the endangered salt marsh harvest mouse and other species. The other big issue, of course, is money. For both the near-term Sears Point to Mare Island improvements and the series of long-term resilience projects to completely transform the entire Highway 37 corridor, tolls are a practical solution that can not only help speed project completion, but also serve as a match to secure other regional, state, and federal dollars. By encouraging carpooling and transit use, tolling can also help manage traffic congestion and reduce overall vehicle miles traveled. In spring 2023, the California Transportation Commission authorized the Bay Area Infrastructure Financing Authority, an MTC affiliate, to operate a toll facility on the critical stretch of Highway 37 between Sears Point and Mare Island. MTC, Caltrans, and program partners are working to develop an equitable tolling and transit program for the corridor. That will include evaluation of tolling distributed more broadly and equitably throughout the corridor. The proposal includes toll-free carpool lanes and tolled general-purpose lanes, with tolls collected electronically. Toll collection would not begin until these new lanes open for traffic, and transit alternatives and a low-income toll discount program similar to other MTC-sponsored equity initiatives are in place. While these near-term improvements are being developed, we are also working on the long-term resilience projects, with the Flood Reduction Project in Marin County the first proposed project. This project has received $155 million in funding through the bipartisan infrastructure law enacted in 2021. One corridor, one team, many solutions.
Well, good morning. Welcome to our State Route 37 tour. I am Bartney with Caltrans Public Information, and we're going to be taking you out on the route to see what's up with State Route 37.
Hi everyone, I'm Kevin Chen with MTC.
Hi, I'm Javier Mendeville with Caltrans Project Management.
I'm Jeremy Lowe with the San Francisco S Institute. I'm a senior scientist working on the wetlands.
Hi, Jeanette Wiseman with MTC.
Hello, my name is Ricky Gao from Caltrans Project Management.
So, Ricky Gao, we're on the tour. Can you tell us a little bit, kind of just from your perspective, your involvement with State Route 37? What's Caltrans doing on the overall route? It's 21 miles long, right?
Yes, we've been working on this State Route 37 improvement for 5 or 6 years. We completed the planning and the environmental linkage study in the past 2 years and done that in 2022, end of 2022.
So this Pell study, though, it's one of the first that we've done in California, and the whole purpose of it was to dive deep into the different elements of what's happening on State Route 37 and then get key information to streamline the process, right?
Right, exactly. Caltrans and our State Route 37 partner agencies, including MTC and 4 North Bay County transportation authorities,
right,
and recently SMART, and all the partners are working together to create the vision of the long-term solution.
So a lot of times people are wondering what's being done on State Route 37. How do we know that progress is being made? Well, this report, the Planning and Environmental Linkages Report, is one of the key elements that we had to get in place in order to do all of the other projects that have to happen on this 21-mile route. Hey, Kevin Chen. We're sitting here, we're on our way out to Cullinan Ranch Road, but we're stuck. The bus is stuck in a little bit of traffic. What are we doing about this?
Actually, this is a very significant problem that's happening every day. Our bus is right in the middle of the bottleneck here as the highway necks down from 2 lanes down to 1 in each direction. And what we're doing is that we do have a near-term project that we are looking to complete in the next 5 years or so that will widen the road to provide 2 lanes in each direction. We'll have HOV lanes. We'll also be implementing new bus transit service on this corridor, providing more travel choices for our commuters. With this near-term project, there will be a significant reduction to the delay that are currently happening. Get this project done in 5 years, provide the congestion relief that our corridor travelers are much in need for. In the same time, we are working towards a long-term solution in parallel.
Hi, I'm Jeremy Lowe, and we're standing on the public access at Cullinan Ranch, looking at the marsh restorations that have been occurring here. All the way up to the hills in the background is former marshes, and these are now gradually being restored to the tides. But also in the background you can see the road, and you can see how it cuts right the way through these marshes. And it's an important understanding about how the marshes and the road work together. The marshes provide protection to the road from waves, and the road allows water to pass through from the bay into the marshes. We need the two to work together. So as part of the Highway 37 project, they're looking at incorporating marsh restoration on the south side of the road to increase the elevation to provide protection today. So this is one of the biggest areas of marsh that we have in the bay, and it's central to the many of the habitats and species that we have valuing the bay. In the future, sea level rise is going to affect these areas, and so we need to start planning how these marshes are going to react to sea level rise. But we also need to plan how the road is going to react to sea level rise. They both occupy the same part of the landscape, they are both working together, and so they both need to become resilient together.
Hey, good morning, Jeanette. We stand right next to State Route 37. Look at this 21-mile corridor. We have so many challenges.
That's right. We're going to have to do some out-of-the-box thinking. We're working on some innovative financing and project delivery, and that's going to involve partnering with a wide variety of stakeholders trying to bring resilience, restoration, and transportation, and public access.
All right, and we're off again. Next stop is the Novato Creek Bridge, where we're going to take a look at kind of how small that bridge actually is and what we're going to do to improve it for resilience. Well, we finally made it. Oh, phew. You can definitely see that congestion's a little bit of a problem, but we're out here on the other end now, Kevin. What is it that we're going to do with this interchange?
Yeah, I know it's taken us a little while to get here. So we are at the other side of the project limit, nearby the Sears Point. With this near-term project that we are delivering, we are going to be providing an additional lane in each direction. That's really going to help open up the bottleneck and provide congestion relief. So we'll be able to get the carpoolers and the buses out of the traffic queue before they get to the 121 intersection. So with this project, we're actually going to be extending the left turn lane for those eastbound traffic so that they can also get out of the traffic or the traffic queue and be able to make their left turn a lot more efficiently. And then they will also be getting a substantial amount of delay savings.
So it helps both. The people that are making the left-hand turn, they've got their own space. They're going to be able to go that. They're out of the way of traffic. And then the traffic can continue on and not be blocked by those folks.
Exactly. Yeah, if you look out here, we are right at the Novato Creek Bridge. You can see that the current bridge is actually very, very short, if you will.
Small.
It's about 60 feet or so.
Right.
You would probably drive it without even notice it.
Of course, yep.
But what the problem is that because of the current length of the bridge, it really constrains the amount of water that can flow through it. So what we're doing as part of the project is that we are replacing this short bridge with a much longer bridge in the order of 400 feet or so. That can really help enable all these planned restoration efforts that the resource agencies are planning and working on. So if you think of it, it's there's two parts of the equation. You need the restoration work to happen. You also need to have a longer bridge so that they can enable the hydrological and ecological connectivity here. So we need both to be working together and deliver together. And we are working very closely with all the resource agencies on that effort.
So we're standing here at the new rail intersection that SMART built with Caltrans just this year in 2023. And so this whole area where you see the rail going across State Route 37 is brand new. And this year also was a major impact for SMART. Their service was down for about 20 days because of the flooding that we saw out here in Marin. And so SMART is one of the resilient agencies that Caltrans is working with to look at ultimate solutions for State Route 37. And Caltrans is doing a project study report right now to look at different ways we might be able to incorporate SMART so that rail is part of the solution for State Route 37.
On we go.
Well, Javier, we're leaving Novato Creek. That's interesting. We're going to your project.
Yeah.
So what's it like? You've got like the biggest project getting ready to start, right?
It's exciting. Yeah, the Novato Creek Bridge replacement is part of the flood reduction project. It's the first phase of it.
Where are we? Novato Creek?
This is it, yes. We're in Novato, right next to the Novato Creek. This project includes causeway from US 101 to Atherton. This segment in Marin County is one of the most vulnerable segments along the corridor to inundation from sea level rise and flooding.
I see this bridge here. How much bigger is the new project going to be than the existing Novato Creek?
The width of the structure will be wider, and then we're elevating it about 30 feet. So It'll look significantly different than it looks today. Right now, we only have funding for the Novato Creek Bridge replacement, and those transition structures will be temporary. So once we receive the funding for the rest of the project, from US 101 to Atherton, we'll come in, we'll remove those transition structures and build out a causeway straight shot all the way from US 1 to Atherton.